I should take my glasses off, huh?
Yeah, do you want me to hold them for you? Where you got them? I can put them over here, watch.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'll put them just right up here. I'm having it behind the desk that way nobody's gonna, but they're just safe.
Perfect,
there.
Yeah.
And so where do you work?
I do aerial survey work, so basically mapping out of a plane. So
What are you mapping?
this kind of work just contractors. So basically, it's mostly construction projects and stuff. Like someone wants to develop add a lane to a highway or something. We fly over it and like use LiDAR and lasers and take high res photos of it and stuff.
That's pretty cool. What are you flying in that you do that?
We got a Cessna 206 and a Cessna 210, which are just little single engine, little single engine propeller planes. I'm not the pilot. I'm the camera operator. So I just run the stuff. The pilots are the real, they're the heroes as it were. But it's cool. It's a neat job. Travel a lot. I just got back from Wichita.
Oh, that's super cool. So what kind of camera do you shoot with?
We've got a couple. So my company's owned by a company that makes aerial cameras. They're like these huge, like 200-pound things with, like we can shoot in different spectrums. Like we can shoot near infrared stuff for like vegetation surveys and all sorts of crazy shit like that. They're, Vexel. We have some Leica city mapper cameras, but they're technically our competitors, so we're trying to phase those out because the contract with them basically every time we do a job with those cameras, we're giving money to our competitor, so. But people like it. Yeah, no, but I'm looking for a different job maybe, so.
And what would the different job entail?
I'm trying to get into disaster relief and emergency management, stuff like that. Cause like this job, like I don't mind working around the clock for and I like the travel, and I kind of like the whole like you got to get to this town by this time, like sometimes I'll get a call and just like, guess what, you're going to North Dakota for 2 weeks, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And
I like that, but I just want it to be for something, I don't know, more meaningful than like just some pictures, because like they push us so hard, and it's like I used to work for FEMA, and when they would push hard, it made sense. It's like, this clinic needs medicine, you guys gotta schedule it, or that matters. And I know like on the broad scale this matters, but sometimes it's just like they've had our pilots take risks even though it's like no one's gonna die, we're not saving lives or nothing, it's just because they don't want to lose a profit, and
so
like
almost unnecessary risk.
Yeah, like for example, from Wichita, they had our pilot fly home without fuel gauges because the circuit breaker broke on the plane.
Wow.
Which is technically illegal. He got a ferry permit for it, but like, they're like just rushing him on everything, and it's like, dude, like he's a new guy too. It's like just, I don't know. I get like our profit margins are slim, and so like I can't begrudge management for doing that. I just would rather be in a different field,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time to move on.
I've been here for like 4 years too, and I don't think there's any room for advancement, so. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good reason to move forward. Everything you'll do is used, later as a skill anyway, so it's like, whatever you're doing for this company will be relating into something to do with your life regardless down the way.
That's what I'm hoping, because I know a lot about aerial logistics now, basically. So I'm hoping I can get in with like some sort of disaster logistics, either back at FEMA or like Red Cross or something like that, and do like scheduling for supply drops and stuff,
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be super cool.
The main thing is a lot of those companies look for military experience. I don't have that, so we'll see. What about you, man? How's business?
It's been busy. Really busy. It's just been growing, and it's been very good. Yeah, Google has helped us out a tremendous amount. They believe in us, and
Sick.
And you know what? There's an algorithm out there and everything. And so it's like, I just feel like they send all the right people here. Like all the people that truly probably want to be there and everything, like need to be here. You know, it's a niche.
You probably got a lot of recurring people, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a lot of new people too, though.
Yeah. Well, I really liked your work last time, so I figured gotta come back. Cause I think I told you last time, I've been going to like Great Clips and, you know, Supercuts and places like that for most of my life. Cause
I remember.
You know, and I don't want to badmouth, you know, their work for the price.
No, they're a
stuff,
different niche. Right
yeah.
now, you just need something a little bit. And the thing is, you know, it's not like you're getting your haircut all the time, so you can kind of afford to get a good haircut and then have it to where it lasts a bit longer, it grows out better. It's, you know, ends up making sense.
Yeah, I should have done this earlier because that was funny. Because after the sides grew in, the top was still long, so like putting it up, I just had these like little poofs on either side of my head.
All right, let's see what
So, but it's been busy.
yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And what now? No mask or whatever and everything. It's like
I'm like still so in the habit, like especially the one that keeps getting me is hotel breakfasts because they were so careful about the masks and stuff through all that.
oh yeah, so you find yourself still going down there with one and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're allowed to. It's they kind of have it to where now it's, you know, if you want to wear one, you wear one. If you don't,
Yeah.
then which is good. I mean, you know, if someone wants to wear one, you put one on.
What I hope stays normal is like if you are sick, regardless of if it's COVID or the cold or the flu or something, wearing a mask if you're out, like, you know. Like, I hope to see people still wearing masks. It's like, if I know I'm gonna, if I have the flu or something, you know, it's just not a thing I ever thought about back before.
Or don't really go out is the more
Yeah.
respectful. You know, the thing I
Like,
don't
if,
get is...
if I gotta go get cold medicine or gotta, you know.
Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying. I
Like-
get it. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Then you're going to have to go out. It's like, you need to pop a mask on. Sorry
Yeah.
to say. And I'm not a big mask wearer or anything, but my thing is, if I'm coughing or anything, dude, I ain't trying to get no one else sick or anything. It's like, I'm staying home.
Yeah.
And if I need to go out, I'll fucking probably put a couple of them on. Just saying, I don't want to be the reason someone, you know, passes away or anything.
Exactly. And it's kind of interesting how before COVID, like, I don't know, just culturally, we just never really thought about that much, you know? Like, you'd be in a store and some person be hacking right next to you.
That's disrespectful.
You know, like,
Just saying.
obviously someone sneezes on you or coughs on you, it's one thing. But, like, even just, like, you know, like being on a bus or something or on a train, you know, like...
Well, I went out to breakfast and it was like, this is a few months ago when it was still, and it's like, went out there and then all of a sudden it's like, walked in, kind of, you know, was like, all right, this is kind of, I didn't really want to be in a public setting, but then it's like, I went in and then this dude just coughing again. It's like, dude, why are you out?
Yeah.
If you know you're
Yeah.
coughing that much, you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And, oh, it's not this, it's not that. It's like, dude, you're not a doctor. You're
Well,
not a
and
fucking
it's like,
scientist,
even if it was just a
if
common
you're coughing
cold...
like that, stay home, dude.
It's also like, even if it was just a common cold, why would you want to give that to
I
someone?
don't want the
That's-
common cold.
Exactly. Like,
Because I've
yeah.
even had someone tell me before, they're like, oh, don't worry, it's this is just the cold, and it's like, well, I don't want any of it.
Right, like, yeah, sure, COVID's worse, but like, I still don't want to get knocked on my ass for a couple of days, you know?
Yeah, that's
Especially doing what you do, right? Like, you gotta be right next to people and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing with me is, if one of the clients tests positive, then I have to go get a test, and if I test positive,
Yeah.
then you stay home for, the 5 or 10 days, whatever it is, and
It's a big pain in the ass.
that's easier. Hey, what's up, guys?
They don't be coming around everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just. Hey, what's up, Jax? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Think chilling?
And especially during a time like this, I mean, damn, if you're coughing that much, it's like, stay home. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
dude,
wild.
regardless of what it is, it was like, damn.
Well, the other thing too is like my boss used to make me, he was basically like, you don't call in sick unless you're like really sick, right? And it's like you could still get someone sick. So now that's one thing I don't want to say I'm grateful for, because that feels weird to say, but like everyone's a lot more cautious about this. But like, you know, because I sit next to a pilot for 8 hours a day, you know, we're like right next to each other. And we did have like every winter that I flew, at least someone has gotten sick and then done a job and gotten their pilot sick, or vice versa.
Wow.
And it's like, you know, with the flu or with the cold or something, it's like, and that was just par for the course. Like, well, you know, like, so when it happened to me, I was out in Texas, and it was like, well, you got to get to El Paso. You're out by Dallas, and it's like, you got to get to El Paso because there's a job that needs to go. And it's like, I felt awful, but it's like, you know, I'm in a hotel, so if I call in sick, you know, I'm gonna get charged for that hotel basically if I have to stay, you know, in Dallas for an extra 2 days. Not to mention, like, you know, the job's not gonna get done and stuff. Like, those are the margins we're operating on. So they used to just be like, well, whatever, just deal with it, you know. And then I got my pilot, who he was in his late 50s, early 60s, and I got him sick, and he wasn't very happy about it, you know.
And what happened? Did he have COVID, or was he just...
No, this is before COVID. This was 2018. He was just pissed, like, you know. I think it might have been the flu. He said it felt like it was the flu. If it was, I think I bounced back quicker. But it was still just like, that's how my company used to be. You know, it's like, you just, who cares? Just, you know, if you can run the camera, if you can fly the plane, show up. You know. And now it's like, thankfully, in a way, like, now, you know, legally they weren't allowed to do that to some extent, and it seems like that's going to stick around, you know. Like, I've called in sick maybe once, I think, in my 4 years here, and I've definitely been sick more than that.
Yeah, I can. It's like if you're sick, you need to. It's weird.
Well, it's one of those things where it's just like, well, basically, to my boss, sick was like, if you physically couldn't complete the task that you needed to complete, then that was sick. But if you were just coughing or had a runny nose and you still could complete the task, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But it's like, that task still involves...
You have to really be sick or whatever.
Yeah, but that task still involved being right next to people and potentially getting them sick. So, it's a lot better now, but it's just funny how it took a global pandemic for them to realize that it's not good for their employees to get each other sick.
What did you find over there, Jocks?
What is that?
Let me see. Bring it over here. I can't see it from where you're all the way over there. Come here. Let me see. What is that? Wow. That's pretty cool, dude. Wow. That's cool. Wait, and so the airspace that you cover, is it within the United States, or is it outside the US?
Yeah, we're solely U.S. I mean, we have, like, our cameras get used all over the world, but we've got contracts with, like, you know, local companies and...
To lease the cameras out, or?
Yeah, basically. Well, it depends. We sell the cameras, or we can lease them, either way. And I'm not really on the camera side of the business as much as the acquisition side.
Yeah.
But so our company's mostly, we got like,
I didn't even see that.
it's headquartered in Philadelphia, and we got a big Boulder office, and then kind of just like small little offices all over the place. But I've been
small office here.
Yeah, Berlin, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I've been as far as, I've been to the northern tip of Idaho. and I've been to farthest east I've been, I think, was like Youngstown, Pennsylvania, I think.
Oh, wow.
Airplane? You think it was an airplane?
This is just shaving around the perimeter.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of the beard too, but I'll do that at home.
Uh-oh, put them in now.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll actually be a change. Oh, that'll be sick for sure.
Yeah.
And then I can leave you sideburns if you are going to get rid of the beard. If you want me to, just to kind of section off, or I could just leave it how it's blending into the beard and let you do it.
I think you go ahead and do it. I'm pretty set on shaving it.
Okay, I'll have the sideburns perfect where they need to be then. That way, you'll know where to shave and everything.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Just watch.
Yeah, you won. You won. You won. Who's fine? No, one more. Oh, tissue, you gotta blow your nose?
The time lapse.
Now this one's just live. I have a YouTube channel and everything.
Oh, sick.
You.
I'll show the before and after. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna be awesome. That's why I planted it too. You guys can see what it was.
Yeah, in a second. Watch the phone.
Watch first. I'll show you this, then I'll show you that.
Dang.
See how that. Watch. I want to show you the mirror so you can see everything and see what a change it is and how it works. And now you can see where you're gonna shave too.
Yeah,
you can see it. Watch that way. You can see the back and everything.
Perfect. Yeah, I like what you did with the back.
Yeah, I added like a layer back here just so it drops.
What'd you put in it to get it to?
Yeah, that's going to be very important. I put this. I put the 1821 man-made pomade. This is elite, and it's water-based, so it isn't greasy. It's able to move around.
Sick.
Watch it.
Oh yeah. And then watch, look. I want you to just real quick stand up and look in the mirror too from the without this cape on. Watch, like stand up in here and look, and then look head on. Now you can see your haircut and everything.
Dude, this is nice. Yes, this is exactly what I want.
Sick. I appreciate it. Hell yeah.